Sports fans, we are live. Welcome to the Sports Behavior Podcast. I'm your host, OG the Beast. Y'all already know how we rocking. If you think I'm speaking that nonsense, holler at me down in them comments, man. What's popping, y'all? What's popping? Look, these playoffs, first of all, is this the right bracket? Let's double check. Is this the right bracket, right? Because we had them playing games yesterday. I had to scramble to find the correct bracket because one too many cats up making bracket. Let's see. Yeah, Suns, Pelicans bagged the 8th yesterday. Yeah, man, this is cracking, man. Yeah, we played a Milwaukee Bucks. This is the right bracket. We got the play-in games on the side. We got the regular games in the middle, the Western Conference, the East. This shit is cracking. This shit is definitely cracking. These playoffs has been lit, man. Shout out to them loyals over there on YouTube. Tapping in with us. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit that sub button. Leave a like, man. It only takes a second, and it helps the channel grow, man. We appreciate everybody that's been tapping in with us, whether you live here on Twitch, right, or you on YouTube catching it, because, you know, these episodes show on YouTube the day after. Y'all already know how we rocking. Y'all already know how we get down. But just looking at this bracket, man, I'm in amazement. Just looking at this bracket, I am in amazement because this playoffs is so wide open. It's so hard. It's so tough. I don't know where to start, ladies and gentlemen. I do not know where to start. Let's be honest. The playoffs ain't been this wide open probably since the bubble. In a situation where any team could win it. I know everybody felt like the Lakers might have been the favorites in 2020. Anthony Davis, LeBron James, the whole spiel. But let's be real talk. When has the playoffs been this wide open? No Christmas in August. What do I mean when I say Christmas in August? When I say Christmas in August, I mean your gifts is already revealed, right? You know what you're getting before it gets here. And that's what the playoffs has been, let's be honest, since probably LeBron went to the Miami Heat. Ever since like 2011, the Mavs surprised us with a dub. But let's be real talk. We pretty much knew Miami was going to at least ramble off 2 or 3 of them championships. You know, then you got what? The 73-19 was the disappointment. Then you got 2018, LeBron wins it at Cleveland. We knew that was inevitable when he got Kyrie, Kevin Love. Like, there have been favorites coming into the season. That's why everybody been on the Los Angeles Lakers' ass this year. Because let's be real talk, they was at least favorites to come out the West. And they disappointed. They didn't even make the play-in. So, excuse me, but we looking at this situation, right? These playoffs are so wide open. They so wide open. But I'm going to tell you one thing that I never liked about the NBA playoffs versus the NFL, like example, the NFL playoffs. In the NFL, the number 1 seed is guaranteed to face the worst team, the worst seed, right? Especially if it's like an upset. Like, for instance, what was that last year, 2 years ago? Cleveland beat the Steelers. And, of course, Cleveland was like the 6th seed or some shit like that, 7th seed, 6th seed. Now, Cleveland should have went on to face Kansas City, who was the number 1 seed, but they didn't. Or Cleveland went on to face Kansas City, who was the number 1 seed, and they didn't. You know, that's how it's supposed to be, in my opinion. But the NBA not like that. So if we're looking at the bracket right now, right, we got Suns, we got Pelicans at the top. Suns is the number 1 seed. Pelicans is the 8th seed, rightfully so. They should play the Pelicans, right? But at the bottom, you got Memphis and you got Dallas. Now, what if Dallas pulls this out and beats Memphis, who's the 2 seed? In football, Dallas would be playing the 1 seed because they the weakest seed. And the 1 seed is always guaranteed to face the weakest seed. That's what I don't like about the NFL. Let me know what y'all think about that down in the comments, man, because to me, that's weird. But we got some loyals up in here, man, checking in. What's popping, y'all? How y'all feeling, man? NBA Fly Guy, what's going down? Law Dollars was popping. Reese was popping. You know, first time chatter. D-Wee, what's popping? What's going on? I'm here. Copy that. Bucks and 6, Reese say. These playoffs about to be a movie, man. Who you telling? Who are you telling? Real talk. This is crazy. What's up? Says Drizzy Driz. My Clippers gonna choke. It's very possible, man. I don't know what the hell PG-13 doing. Yo, OG, Diesel World, what's popping, man? But yeah, man, let's get into this. Let's dig into this, man, because this is interesting. I'm going to start left to right because, of course, that's how we read, right? We read left to right. So we're going to start with the Western Conference. The play-ins was cracking. New Orleans versus the Suns. New Orleans versus the Suns. This is how cracking it is because most of the time when you talk in playoffs, at least the top should be a gimme. This is not a gimme. The addition of C.J. McCollum in February was something crazy. I didn't know C.J. had this next level to him. C.J. definitely has a next level to him. And he's been displaying it in these play-in games. He played magnificent in the first play-in. He played decent last night. B.I. was the star of the show last night. B.I. putting up 16 in the first. Ended the game with 30. B.I. And this is without Zion Williamson. So it's no Zion. Look, Hollow Point say Suns in 4. Wavy say Suns in 6. Suns in 5. It's a toss-up. It's definitely a toss-up to me because the Suns might be one of the most slept-on number 1 seeds because they always feel like they don't get the respect they deserve. But let's be real talk. The Suns are dynamic. You know what I'm saying? Chris Paul, you know what he do, and they've been conserving Chris Paul ever since he came back from that injury. Cameron Payne been stepping up in a big way. You know, they got a great backup point guard. DeAndre, the only thing I'm going to tell y'all what I truly dislike about the Suns. The only thing I truly dislike about the Suns is the fact that they don't unleash DeAndre Ayton. To me, I think DeAndre Ayton has untapped potential. What you see from Ayton is not the full potential of DeAndre Ayton. The addition of Chris Paul has turned DeAndre Ayton into a pick and roll type of player. And DeAndre Ayton has an 18-foot shot. He has a back-to-the-basket game. Hook, left hook, right hook, either hand. He has that in his arsenal. But he's not able to use it because of the system that they run due to Chris Paul. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing because he's showing his versatility. But I'm just saying DeAndre Ayton is a guy that doesn't get as much love as he should. Because if you look at DeAndre Ayton in his rookie campaign, when they didn't have Chris Paul versus when they started winning, and I guess it's at the expense of winning, he had to sacrifice his game, but it is what it is. So if the Suns don't treat Ayton right and sign that man to what he need to be signed to, it's going to be definitely trouble. But I got to choose, man. I got to choose. So let me add some text. We're going to add some text here, and we're going to put some text in here, man, because I got to choose. It's crazy, but it's definitely gonna be tight, man. It's a tight-knit race all the way around. But I'm going with these boys right here. I gotta choose, so I'm going with these boys right here. I'm gonna have to take the Suns, man. As much as I like what what the Pelicans have been doing lately, I love what C.J. McCollum brings to the table, but I got to take the Suns in 5. I think they a little bit premature. If they sign Zion back, maybe we could be having a different discussion. I like what they got going on with them 2 bigs in the paint. They got Jackson Hayes and they got Valanciunas in the paint together. I like that. I didn't think it was going to work, but it's been working. But I gotta take the Suns, man. I cannot disrespect the Suns. Plus, these guys is coming off 2 play-in games. The Suns have an advantage. They've been resting their guys for 2 weeks now. So they're going to be hot and ready. So give me the Suns and what? I say 5 games. It'll be a gentleman's sweep. What y'all thinking? Suns in 4. CJ definitely surprised me, yeah, no doubt. The Heat most slept on than the Suns. That might be real talk. That's what I was thinking. Suns in 5, yeah. All right, so let's move on to the next one. We got the Dallas Mavericks versus the Utah Jazz. Now, y'all know how I feel about Utah. I feel like they frauds every single season. And to me, they number 5 seed is indicative of who they are. The Suns pretty much got everything they need to succeed. They got a great bench. They got an up-and-coming superstar in Donovan Mitchell. To me, people get mad at why he's never mentioned in the MVP conversation this year. I think he had the best year of his career. But the thing about the Jazz is Donovan Mitchell ain't the best player. He's the best player on the team, but he's not the most valuable. And soon, real soon, ladies and gentlemen, these Suns will regret not giving Rudy Gobert his fair shake if they don't decide to lock him up this offseason. Because I think his contract is up. And if they don't lock Rudy Gobert up, they're going to find out real soon how important he is. Because when Rudy Gobert is not in the lineup, they take massive L's. But when he's there, they steamrolling folks. Now, I know y'all done seen the whole little spiel about Donovan Mitchell passing the ball to Rudy Gobert only 2.5 times a game, and that's supposed to be his premier big man, his 1-2 punch. But that's just who they are. They don't drop the ball down low and give Rudy Gobert legit opportunities, and I think that's stupidity. That may be the reason they don't potentially win this series. But the reason why I say I lean more towards Utah, Luka Doncic is out for game 1. This game is about to be on. It's probably on. It's tipped off right now. It's 12 o'clock. This game might be on right now. Luka Doncic is out game 1. So the Utah Jazz might be able to run away with this series if Luka Doncic is out game 1. So, I mean, game 2 and moving forward. So, by default, even though if Luka was 100% healthy, I might, even though Jazz is a better team, I like what Luka brings in the playoffs. So, Luka being out game 1 can be a huge swing, right? So, I'm going to take the Jazz. And depending on Luka's health, because it's a calf injury, those injuries linger. Depending on Luka's health, man, they could potentially sweep him. If Luka's out game 2 and beyond, they could potentially sweep him. Saddest to say, but I'm gonna take the Utah Jazz. So let's drop this in here. I'm gonna take the Utah Jazz, and what should we call it? We'll take Utah, and I need to know Luka's health, man. That's the biggest discrepancy right there. If Luka may be out for game 2, they may sweep these boys. Like, that's the thing. If Luka's out, can anybody figure out how long Luka gonna be out? You say Utah in 6, Dallas is as much as fraud as Utah is. You may be right. It's starting, Jazz in 6. I mean, let's just be safe. Assuming Luka plays game 2, let's go Jazz in 6. If Luka don't play, they getting swept. Point blank. So if Luka don't play, they getting swept. So now we got Golden State versus Denver. Steph Curry said he's playing game 1. Even though I like what Denver brings. I love what Denver brings. Steph Curry said he's playing game 1. So if Steph is playing game 1, he's optimistic about it. They got a healthy Draymond Green. Klay Thompson is coming into his own. I like what Jordan Poole brings. I love what Jordan Poole brings, even though James Wiseman is out for the year. Who cares? I think he's a bust anyway. I've been said that. They should have drafted LaMelo Ball. I've always said that. As soon as they drafted Wiseman, I said he's not that guy, pal. He's not that guy. Then he showed me his rookie year. He's not that guy. Mo saying Jazz in 6. Golden State versus Denver. Denver is just too depleted for me. I love what Joker's doing. He has potential to win the MVP. I don't think he will, though, considering he's the 6th seed. But if they give it to him, they give it to him. He deserves it, to be honest with you. But I just don't think he's going to be able to overcome this team right here. But I do think he's going to get some dubs by himself because, that's Joker. But to be honest with you, a healthy Golden State Warriors team, they ain't been healthy in 2 years. These dudes is out for blood. Golden State haven't been healthy in 2 years or more. So I'm going to go ahead and take Golden State, man, because it's just what it is. And you shouldn't even really have a debate with that unless you a legitimate Denver Nuggets fan. But I'm going to go ahead and take Golden State. I'm going to go ahead and take Golden State against Denver. That's the 3-6. So, yeah, it's just no way Denver could beat them, as depleted as this Denver team is. Now, if you're telling me they got MPJ, you telling me they got Jamal Murray, a healthy Jamal Murray that's been showing a developmental leap in his game. If you telling me they got those two guys, now we talking about a 7-game series, in my opinion. And we talking about Denver not being a 6 seed. We talking about Denver potentially being the number 1 seed. That's how important MPJ is. That's how important Jamal Murray is. Will Barton and all of these guys that they got coming off the bench. So, hey, I'm taking Golden State. Now we got Memphis and we got Memphis and we got, who was that team on the bottom? I can't even see. Who was that? Oh, Timberwolves. Timberwolves played their asses off in the play-in, man. They celebrated their asses off like they just won a chip. And I think that might be the reason they not going to be able to mess with this Memphis Grizzlies team. Now, I know y'all celebrating not making the playoffs since God knows how long, but if you're the Timberwolves, man, it's okay to celebrate. It's okay to gloat. It's okay to, but, let's pump the brakes a little bit, chat. You know what I'm saying? He say Memphis in 6. I say Memphis in 5. I think it's gentlemen. He say Warriors in 7 if Joker shows up 100%. Nah. Breezy, I don't think, to be honest with you, man, Joker needs some help, and I don't think they got enough help. But we gon' skip right through this because this is light work to me. Let me tell y'all something about these Memphis Grizzlies, man. Memphis is one of those teams that's real gritty. One of those defensive, gritty teams that get up in you. You know what I'm saying? And ain't nothing worse for the opposition than a team built like the Memphis Grizzlies in the playoffs. Because Grizzlies are scary as hell. Nobody want to see this team. I'm letting you know that right now. Move Golden State down 2 spots. Why? Nah, this playoffs, the winner of this team goes here. Why would I move them down 2 spots? Why would I move them down? Appreciate the gift of sub, KB. Why would I move Golden State down 2 spots, Drizzy Driz? So hold on, let me make sure this is right. So we got Suns here, we got Jazz here, we got Golden State here. Oh, shit. Yeah, this the conference finals. My bad. That's why. Good eye. That's what I'm talking about. Good eye. This the conference finals. Okay, so let's fix this. So Golden State goes here. Grizz goes here, right? Because this the conference. They got this shit all bunched up together. I couldn't really tell the difference. They could have made a better bracket than this. You know what I'm saying? Somebody could have made a better bracket. Where my IT guys at, man? Where my image consultants at? You know what I'm saying? Drizzy Driz, appreciate you, bro, for spotting that out. This is supposed to be the conference finals right here. Okay. So we got Grizz. I got Grizz in 5. I got gentleman sweep because I don't think the Timberwolves gonna be able to do nothing with him. You know, they over celebrated making it to the playoffs, and to me, like I say, the Grizzlies is one of those teams, right, where they scrappy as hell. They got a lot of three-point shooters on their team, and they got a superstar in the making in Ja Morant. We gonna see if he can rise to the occasion in the playoffs when it matters, but I like they lineup with Bane and Dylan Brooks, JJJ. They got Steven Adams, who was damn near averaging a double-double this season. They got everything you need in a playoff team to go far, and it's scary as hell when you think about a team that is good still without their superstar, without their best player. When you think about a squad, you don't think the Warriors going to beat the Grizzlies? No. I'm still talking about Grizzlies, Timberwolves. I think the Warriors going to beat the Grizzlies. It's gonna be a great series. I think this one's going to 7 because the Grizzlies is too gritty. Even though the Warriors got the experience, I still think they gonna drag this series out. Put some respect on the Grizzlies' name, man. Don't be disrespectful to the Grizzlies because I'm telling you it's something special about this squad. Now I'm not saying they ready now because they not ready now, but it's scary as hell when a team is still good without their best player. That's all I'm saying. So when you add their best player, he's not hurting the production of the squad. So I do have Golden State, but we ain't even get there yet, man. Pump the brakes. All right, so we got Suns, Jazz. Y'all already know how I feel about the Jazz. I think they frauds. Not gonna lie, the Warriors would need Draymond for the rest of the season. Draymond gonna be good to go. 21-2 without Morant. Shout out to the organization. Hollow Point. Thank you for the stat. That's the stat that I was looking for. 21-2 without Ja. Think about squads in the history of the game that have still been good without their superstar. They scary. Squads like that is scary. Like them Tim Duncan-led Spurs. They was good without Duncan. But it's just you add Duncan, it's like that other element. That's why Duncan was able to be 16-11, 18-10. He didn't have to go for 30. Like Trae Young, he got to go for 30 for that team to do something. Luka got to go for 30. You know what I'm saying? So think about squads that's good, still good, without they scary. Those the scariest teams. But we got Suns Jazz. We're not even gonna play around with this. I'm about to put the pick in right now because I ain't messing. I ain't jiving around. I'm definitely going with the Suns on this one. It's not even a question to me. Like, I don't even think this need to be discussed. What's understood don't have to be explained. Like, straight like that. Give me the Suns in 6. I ain't gonna disrespect them and say, they gonna get, the doors blown off them or nothing like that. But I'm taking the Suns in 6. Just simply because the Suns is a hell of a team. The Suns is a hell of a team. Donovan Mitchell has proven to be a certified dog. He's the lead dog on this squad, but it's just when you got, like I say, that untapped potential. When you got a guy like Ayton who could take advantage of the mismatch whenever he feel like it. I don't think saying that Ayton is a good center is an understatement. Ayton is a complete dog. I'm telling y'all, he's being held back. DeAndre Ayton is being held back in this system. I'm telling you. I'm trying to let y'all know something. I'm still picking the Mavs versus Jazz. It's a hard one. Right. Shout out to Frosty Bird, man. It's crazy. These playoffs is wide open. But Golden State, Grizz, like I say, Golden State, they got that it factor, and his name starts with an S and ends with a C, you know what I'm saying? So when you got a guy like Steph Curry on your squad and he's playing, and he says he's feeling good, he says he's healthy, it's going to be hard to overcome that, for any team to overcome that. Plus, they got the experience on their side. That's the biggest thing that people need to point to and understand that when it comes to these playoffs, ain't no, 1 year wonders making it. Like, even if they perform during the regular season, you have to count experience as a serious attribute. Experience is a serious attribute that needs to be taken into consideration. So when you're talking about experience, Golden State is the epitome of that, especially coming out of the Western Conference compared to these other squads. The Utah Jazz ain't never been shit. The Suns made it to the NBA Finals last year, so you got to put some respect on their name. And that's why my Western Conference matchup is Suns versus Golden State. Suns versus Golden State in the Western Conference. Now, we're going to stop it right there for the West, and we're going to jump to this Eastern Conference until we meet that Eastern Conference Finals championship, discuss who wins that, and then discuss my NBA Finals prediction. Now, you say Golden State in 6 over Memphis. I say 7. I think that series is going to go to 7. For the sake of the Suns, I hope it, or for the sake of the Warriors, I hope it don't. But this has 7-game potential written all over it, no doubt about it. I'm telling y'all, the Grizzlies is not a team to disrespect. Pay attention to these Grizz, man. Grizzlies is nasty, man. They just young. Once they get some, this is a situation where aging is actually valuable to them. Grizzlies is a team that if you age them, they're going to be trouble. Like, it's like I look at the Cavs, and unfortunately they took an L to a more hungry team because I think that game yesterday was about who wanted it more in the Eastern Conference between the Cavs and who the Cavs and Atlanta. I think that was just about who wanted it more. I love me some Darius Garland. I love what they got going on with Evan Mobley. I don't know what they're going to do with Allen. I think Evan Mobley should man the paint, and they should trade Allen for another wing guy maybe. I don't know. Another forward. I don't know. They got a lot of forwards. They should re-sign Colin Sexton. He averaged 26 a night last year. You can't let him walk. I like what Cleveland has going on. That's another team compared to the Grizzlies where time is important for them. Experience is important for them. So if you allow – you don't even have to add no pieces to this Cleveland roster. That's what I mean. Just let experience take its course. Let life take its course. That team will get better with age, in my opinion. They all young. They just need some type of veteran leadership, and they got it in Kevin Love. I just think last night's game was more about who wanted it more versus, whatever. Shit. Atlanta made the Eastern Conference Finals last year. So, I think it's about who wanted it more. But play-in is locked in. We got the 1 through 8 seed. We got Miami versus Atlanta, team we was just talking about. He said it might just be Bucks versus Nets again in the conference championship. I could see that. I could definitely see that. But we got 1 versus 8 at the top. We got Miami versus Atlanta. Now, I'm gonna try to be as respectful as possible when I say this, but Atlanta don't have a shot in hell against this Miami Heat team. This Miami Heat team, let me tell y'all something. This Miami Heat team has every single tool you need to win a championship. This is a true championship contender team. I don't want to be disrespectful to the Atlanta Hawks, but I think the Miami Heat are the number 1 3-point shooting team in the league. Who the hell are they 3-point shooters outside of Tyler Hero and Duncan? Who the hell are they 3-point shooters? Kalo can shoot it. But this team has defense everywhere. Offense everywhere, and every which way you could get it. Defensive Player of the Year candidate, Bam Adebayo. Jimmy Butler is no slouch defensively. One of the best perimeter defenders in the league. Kyle Lowry, same thing. Underrated defender. He will draw a charge in a second on your ass to get his team a possession. You got shooters. You got the 6th man of the year in Tyler Hero coming off the bench. You got Victor Oladipo, who's back, and he's looking good off his injury. He's another guy on the wing that could put it in the basket. This team has everything. Scrappy defenders like Kyle Lowry. Scrappy defenders like what's Buddy name? Coming off the bench for him. PJ Tucker. This team is loaded. They the number 1 seed for a reason, and this may be the most disrespected number 1 seed of all time. The Miami Heat has everything you need to be successful. That little scuffle Udonis Haslem had with Jimmy Butler and them boys, that shit didn't hurt them. That might have made them better, to be real talk with you. The Miami Heat got to be the most disrespected, most slept on number 1 seed. I'm taking the Miami Heat in 5. Point blank period. I don't think Atlanta has enough. And this Atlanta team is not the same Atlanta team from last year. So I don't think Atlanta has what it takes to beat a squad like the Miami Heat. Like, anytime you got a guy, you got so many bodies you could throw at Trae Young. Even though Trae Young is an animal, Trae Young is a dog, and we love what Trae Young brings. You got so many bodies you could throw at Trae because he's 6'1". He's a diminutive player. You could take him. You could throw Victor Oladipo on Trae, who's a very underrated defender. You throw Depot on Trae, let him run around. Say, Depot, you ain't really got to do much on the offensive side of the ball. Hell, Kyle Lowry could stick Trae. It's too much for them. And if you take Trae out of the game, they done for. So out of the kindness and my respect for Trae Young, I'm going to say Trae Young gets a game. He going to have one game where he dropped like 40, and you can't just do shit with him. And they probably going to get that dub. You know, miscommunication on the defensive side of the ball, switching. Trey's going to be going bonkers from 3. He's going to have a game where he hits about 8 threes, 9 threes, and they're going to win that game. But Miami going to get their shit together, and it's going to be OVA from the rest of the way. So give me Miami in 5. Now we got a very hard one here. We got the Sixers versus the Raptors. The reason why this is hard is because this Raptors team does not have a superstar. But they so well put together, they remind me of this Miami Heat team a lot. They got a Jimmy Butler in Miami. They got a Pascal Siakam in Toronto, who's a guy that can play defense. Pascal Siakam is a very underrated guy in this league too. He could do a bit of everything for your PJ starts, KB. Okay, I thought PJ was coming off the bench. So PJ starting at the 4. Okay, Sixers sweeping the Raptors. Nah, I don't. Come on now. Don't do that. As a Bulls fan, we not beating the Bucks. Hold on, Peaky. I'm gonna get there. Hold on. Don't rush the process. We gonna get there. It might take a little bit of time, but we gonna get there. Bear with me. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to y'all who who came in here to see these playoff predictions, man. Dubs in the chat if you having a good time, man. Dubs in the chat if you having a good time. I appreciate every single one of y'all for supporting. You know, I love y'all, man. Y'all know I rock with y'all. First time chatter, not really junior. Harden is the X factor in this game. Bucks and 4. We ain't even talking about that yet. Can y'all slow down? You know what I'm saying? But let's get to this series because I think y'all overlooking this series. Sixers, Raptors. The Raptors also are a very, very gritty team. The Raptors are a team that you have to look out for. They are a team that they can sneak up on your ass in a heartbeat. With Pascal Siakam, I don't even think we've seen the best of Fred VanVleet yet. You know what I'm saying? Fred VanVleet is a guy that's very streaky. You look up, he got 30. And damn, you look up, Pascal got 25, 11, and 9. He's that type of guy. They just don't have a bona fide superstar, and I think that's their problem. And in the playoffs, if you're not built like Miami is, you need a bona fide superstar. I was watching Smart Takes on TikTok. I'm going to have him on the podcast too real soon. I like what he brings. I just ran into his channel a couple of days ago. I was sifting through some of his stuff. I believe his name is Smart Takes, if I'm not mistaken. He had a hell of a point about playoff basketball. You know what he said? I'd pay to watch you and Unc debate MJ versus LeBron. Look, man, go to YouTube. We have had that debate at least 6 or 7 times on this podcast. So go to YouTube. The video should still be up, and you can't miss it. It says LeBron versus Jordan. So if you want to see that, man, we've debated that a million times over, on and off live. So go check that out. But the thing about I think his name is Smart Takes. He said a great point about playoff basketball. He said 28 of the last 30 NBA champions have had a top 5 player in the league at the time. 28 of the last 30. And I think the only 2 exceptions was the Detroit Pistons in 2004 and I believe the Kawhi Leonard when they beat LeBron and them. That second in 2013 when LeBron and them 2014 when LeBron lost, the Miami Heat lost to the Spurs. Tim Duncan wasn't top 5 at that time. I think he said those were the only 2 championship teams in the last 30 years to win it without a top 5 player. So keeping that in mind, history repeats itself, ladies and gentlemen. History repeats itself. So if having a top 5 player meets the criteria for winning a championship, how many of these guys can you legitimately say on this list have a top 5 player in the league? That should sum it up because history repeats itself. But the Toronto Raptors don't have a legitimate bona fide superstar, so I don't see them going far. Joel Embiid is a top 5 player. That's part of the formula to winning a championship according to Smart Takes, and I agree. I'm going to have him on this podcast, and we're going to talk that over. I like what he brought with that topic. That was legit. I love that. I love when young cats come out here and they open my eyes to some shit. I never thought about it like that. That's a legitimate stat. History repeats itself. Dirk wasn't top 5. You can make an argument in 2011 Dirk was a top 5 player. You know the season Dirk had that year? You could make a legitimate argument that Dirk was top 5. How could you not? Do you know who Dirk had to see in the playoffs? I think he saw Portland. I think he saw OKC, and he saw the Lakers, if I'm not mistaken. No, Spurs and the Lakers. Portland, I think Spurs and the Lakers, if I'm not mistaken. Dirk Nowitzki, it was him, buddy. It was him, me, Elite Beast Gaming. Like, come on. You could make a legitimate case Dirk was a top 5 player in 2011. Name them out then. In 2011, who you got top 5? D-Wade, LeBron, Kobe. Come on, help me out. Like you talking about OG, stop it. Start it. In 2011, who do you got in the top 5? You got, I'm giving you Bron, Wade, no doubt. We got Bron, Wade, Kobe. Who else was in the top? So if Dirk wasn't top 5, tell me the top 5. D Rose, okay. D Rose. KD. KD, I don't know if I'm taking KD over Dirk that year. In 2011, I don't know if I'm taking KD and Dirk that year. Dirk swept the defending champions of Kobe's Lakers. Exactly, that's my point. I'm not taking Kevin Durant over Dirk. LeBron, Dwight Howard. You taking Dwight Howard in 2011 over Dirk? Hell no. Give me Dirk. D Rose, okay. KD, no. Kobe, yes. LeBron and D Wade, yes. I'm taking that. Dwight, no. I'm not taking Dwight Howard over Dirk in 2011. 2009, maybe. 2011, do you know what Dirk did that year? Y'all better stop tripping. We getting off topic, but this is a good topic if we wanted to derail. Let's be real talk. Dirk Nowitzki, you can make a legitimate argument to be a top 5 player. It's not out of line to say that. Like, it's out of line to say anybody from that 2004 Detroit Pistons squad is top 5. That's a legitimate statement. Nobody on that Detroit Pistons team in 2004 was top 5. Don't sleep on Howard. I'm not sleeping on Howard. Like, exactly. They acting like Dirk was washed. Like, let's be real talk. But to make it short and sweet, even though I like what Toronto brings, I like their roster, I like their squad. OG Anunoby is in and out of the lineup. He's inconsistent with health. We don't know what he's going to bring. I like Pascal Siakam this year. He stepped up in a major way. He had a career year. I like the Raptors. I really do. But I just can't pick them over Joel Embiid. And like somebody mentioned, I seen somebody in the chat say James Harden is the X factor. No doubt about it, because James Harden is the epitome of Gabricio in the playoffs, and he's one of my favorite players. I openly admit it. Harden is ass in the playoffs. 21-6. What you mean? Who was 21-6? Dirk wasn't no 21-6. Don't make me pull up the Carfax, because we not about to be disrespectful on this line one right now, KB. We not about to do that. I need the Carfax, because don't tell me 21-6. What do you average in the playoffs? $21-6. Damn, Dirk was 21-6. Hey man, Dirk and Foe. Hey, you talking about? He was the NBA champion, the Finals MVP. KD averaged more than Dirk in 2011. I don't care who averaged what. KD averaged more than D Rose in 2011. That don't make him better. I'm taking D Rose over KD in 2011. KD ran the league. Come on now, you're doing too much. KD is one of my favorite players. You're doing too much with that one. You're doing too much. I'm taking D Rose. KD probably averaged more than D Rose. What you say? KD put up 28 and 8. Rose put up 26 and 7 that year. So what we saying? And won the MVP. So what are we saying? Is KD better than D Rose? KB? What are we talking about? I mean, you got to let me know. What criteria you going off? You got to let me know. That's what I'm saying. But we're going to move on, man, to a series I don't even want to talk about. It says looking like the Mavs going to win game 1 right now. They better stop playing. The Utah Jazz is bigger frauds than they thought, and I'm going to regret picking them jokers. If you telling me that. But let's move on, man, to a series I don't even want nothing to do with. Real talk. Peaky, appreciate you for the 2 bits, man. Let's move on to a series I don't even really want to talk about. We got the Bucks versus the Bulls, man. We faced the Milwaukee Bucks 4 times this year. We lost all 4 times. I watched every single one of those games. We can't do nothing with anybody big. Nothing. We can't do anything with anybody big. Point blank, period. Giannis Antetokounmpo is going to average 30, 10, and 8 against us. We don't have a man to control him at all. But this is the playoffs. Let's see how smart our coach is. Let's see how smart defensively we can be. But we need Lonzo Ball. We need a healthy Caruso. We need a healthy Kawhi Leonard Jr. And that's what I call that rookie Patrick Williams. That's Kawhi Leonard Jr. I don't care what y'all talk about. He moved like Kawhi. I love what I got in Pat Will. But we can't do shit with Milwaukee. So we're not even gonna get into that. We not even going to get into that. Like, on some real shit, we can't do nothing with Milwaukee. But out of respect for my squad, we going to go, what we going to do? We going to go Bucks and 6, man. I ain't going to disrespect my boys like that. But we going to go Bucks and 6. We going to go Bucks and 6. They going to rip us a new asshole. Celtics versus the Nets. Whew. Yeah, too soft in the middle. Hollow point, we way too soft in the middle. But I don't want to disrespect my squad because I feel like DeMar DeRozan got that 50 capability in him. Bucks and 5, Bucks and 4, Bucks and 5. Gentlemen sweep? Y'all saying gentlemen sweep? Bucks and 5? I say Bucks and 6, man. Bucks and 6. I ain't gonna disrespect my boys like that. But we got Boston versus Brooklyn. Damn, this is a series. This series can legitimately go any way, and this is a 2-7. This is how tough the Eastern Conference has been this year. The Nets probably have the 2 most talented guys in the NBA. Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving. That goes a long way. Do they have a guy that's a top 5 player on this squad? Yes, they do, Kevin Durant. They check every box. They're a little bit soft in the middle. You know, Claxton is solid defensively. Andre Drummond has, become a liability in his later days. But, I mean, they're going to legitimately need these 2 guys to put up 75 points a night in order for them to be competitive. These guys can't have an off night. We saw what happened last year when Kevin Durant put up 50 and still lost. 50, 17, and 10 or some shit like that. Still lost. Foot on the line, out of there. Robert Williams is a big L for the Boston Celtics. Big L. Do you think Robert Williams could change that? Yes. So if he's not playing, he is their defensive anchor. They need him in that paint. Without him, they're a little soft in the middle. You say Celtics is 6. Ain't Ben Simmons playing. Ben Simmons said Simmons said he might come back like game 3, game 4. That can change. That can derail the entire series. So if Ben Simmons comes back, that eliminates some of that softness because, like I said, when Ben Simmons was available, I always let this be known. I said Ben Simmons is only going to be good in 2 places, and that's the Nets and the Golden State Warriors. Why? Because the biggest niche about Ben Simmons, the biggest knock on Simmons is he don't shoot the ball. So everybody's saying, Simmons, shoot the ball. We want to see you shoot the ball. We want to see you shoot the ball. Damn that. If Ben Simmons is with Golden State or Ben Simmons is with the Brooklyn Nets, he doesn't have to shoot the ball because we're not needing Ben Simmons to score. All you need to do is check the best perimeter player or even the best post player. Ben Simmons has that capability defensively. So if he would have checked, what up, Ben? Shout out to Ben, man. He got his podcast coming out, man. What's the name of your podcast, Ben? So people can check in with you live, man. What's the name of your podcast? Live on Twitch. But who you think the first going to drop 50 in the playoffs? Probably Trey. I think Trey's going to be the first to drop 50 because he's going to have to. He's going to have to. But the Nets got everything you need to check every box. If they get Ben Simmons, it'll become unfair. I think the Nets, if they get Ben Simmons game 3, game 4 like they projected to, the Nets can seriously take this thing home. No doubt about it. But I'm not going to waste too much of this time. This is going to be a great one. I think this game is going to this series is going to 7. I think this series is going to 7. No doubt about it. Because both of these teams been on fire lately. So knowing that, I think these are 2 teams that we have to look out for. The winner of this series could potentially go to the NBA Finals. That's how much when I say look out, I really mean look out. So this is really a pick'em series. I'm not going to sit up here and look at this series and say, oh, this is for show. None of this shit is for show. Scuba, what's popping, man? How you feeling? I don't think Trey will have to drop that. Herder heat up. Man, look, Herder ain't heated up all year. Herder had a few good games come and go. Collins come back. Yeah, but Trae Young, that team is so dependent on the production of Trae Young. I think just off the strength of his three-point ability and how close he's going to have to make these games because Miami can run away with this shit real easy the way that they play defense. And they get out and run that break. Bam Adebayo, Jimmy Butler, Victor Oladipo, Kyle Lowry, PJ Tucker. These boys is out for blood, and they all defensive-minded. This shit can get scary real quick. So in order to keep them boys in games, Trae Young is going to have to chuck up a lot of shots. He's probably going to be inefficient as hell, and I think he's going to be the first one to drop 50. Remember what I said. Remember what I said. Now, I think the winner of this series could potentially be the team that goes to the NBA Finals, right? The Boston Celtics versus the Brooklyn Nets. But I got the Nets in 7. I think it's going to go to 7. Both of these teams been hot. You got Kevin Durant and Kyrie on one side. You got Jalen and you got Tatum on the other side. And those boys have been balling. But I think the Nets put out that fire. And let's move back to the Western Conference. We got the Suns. No. We still got these two games. Okay, we got Bucks Nets and we got Miami 76ers. Let me take a sip, man. Man. You getting on up out of here, Hollow Point? Appreciate you stopping through, man. Appreciate you stopping through. Miami versus the 76ers. God damn. Oh, man. Oh, man. Let's start at the top. This is tough. The Eastern Conference has been a dogfight all year. This is the first year in over a decade where we could legitimately say the Eastern Conference was better than the West. Damn, my back is killing me. We could legitimately say the Eastern Conference is better than the West. Miami over the Sixers. Somebody said it in the chat already. The X factor in this series is definitely James Harden. I know. I mean, shit. If Jimmy Butler is just half of what he was last year in the playoffs, you know, they got a legitimate shot because he was ass in the playoffs last year. But the deciding factor is James Harden. He's the X factor. If I get legitimate James Harden, this series is going to 7. This series is going to 7. Never mind about the Mavs winning. Yeah. Gabricio. Yeah. Without Luka Doncic running that offense, they don't have a shot. And if Luka don't come back for game 2, they're getting swept. James Harden got a history of choking. No doubt about it, Ben. That's why I'm getting so much pushback right now. I really don't know. Chat, let me know. Like, who's winning this series? Let me know in the comments, please. Who do you have, Miami or the Sixers? I don't know which way to go. I don't know which way to go. These games going to be so fun to watch. No doubt this is going to 7. That's all I know. If anybody say anything disrespectful about this game going anything less than 7, you full of shit. This is going to 7. You don't even have to tell me how many games. Just tell me who you got winning. Miami? My God, man. My God. Miami is so scary, though, man, because they got everything you need. And defense matters in the playoffs. A lot of people say, oh, who they got for Embiid? They got Bam Adebayo for Embiid, plus help. They got, imagine if you Embiid and you getting trapped by Bam Adebayo and PJ Tucker. Come on now. Come on now. If you Joel Embiid and you get trapped by Bam Adebayo and PJ Tucker, come on now. And then James Harden is ass? Imagine that. Harden is ass. So we got Oladipo, we got Jimmy Butler, Oladipo, guarding Harden. You got Kyle Lowry on Martise Thybulle. It don't even matter. On Tyrese Maxey. It doesn't matter. You got PJ Tucker and Bam Adebayo on Joel Embiid. And you got Jimmy Butler guarding James Harden. And James Harden is playing like ass, so Embiid got to put up 50. That's the worst nightmare for the 76ers. If James Harden is not playing like James Harden. That's a bad read. Harden come out here and listen, off the strength of we don't know what type of Harden we getting, as much as I love Joel Embiid, I'm taking Miami in 7. I got to. It's no other way to put it. Chat, it's no other way to put it. I got to. I don't know. I mean, how else can we, like, I'm at a loss for words for this series anyway. This is going to be a tough series anyway. I got to go Miami in 7. I have to. I legitimately have to go Miami in 7. Hero and Robinson coming off the bench. That's nasty, man. Defense wins games. Now I'm trolling, but I think it goes to 7 with Philly winning. It could go either way. This is a pick'em series. But my biggest fear is that James Harden becomes playoff Harden, which is Gabricio. And now you got to lean on Joel Embiid to put up 50 every night. And the Miami Heat is slowly chipping away. Slowly chipping away. Slowly chipping away. The Heat is stacked. My man just said they got Duncan Robinson and Tyler Hero coming off the bench. Hero's going to be the 6th man of the year this year. You got Oladipo. You got Jimmy Butler. You got Kyle Lowry. You got Bam Adebayo. You got PJ Tucker. I hear nothing but veteran leadership, defensive-minded players with championship caliber. Kyle Lowry's a champion. Like, PJ Tucker's a champion. I'm telling y'all, chat. Legit top 2 MVP contender. I know that's not the point, but Harden and Embiid will win, in my opinion. I'm not mad at that. This is legitimately a pick'em series. I just think that's it, though. What if Harden is ass, which has a high potential to be a fact? What if Maxey will step up? So that's what we depending on? You heard those dogs I just named coming out of Miami, and you telling me Maxey. So Maxey gonna step up? Hell no. If you telling me they got to depend on Maxey because Harden is ass, give me Miami in 7. Gallinari for 6th man of the year? Nah, it's definitely going to Tyler Hero. When was the last time a 6-man averaged 20 coming off the bench? It's been a while. Tyler Hero's averaging a dub. He's definitely going to get it. Now we got Bucks versus the Nets. A repeat of last year. Bucks versus the Nets. This is a series right here. This is a damn series. These conference finals in the East was way more stiffer than the conference finals in the West. Bucks versus the Nets. I don't know which way to go with this because both of these guys fit the criteria that I was talking about Smart Takes was alluding to. A top 5 player normally has a legit opportunity to win a championship. Both of these guys have top 5 players. You could argue both of these guys have the best player in the world on their squad. Nets versus the Bucks. Everybody's saying Nets. Giannis owns the Nets. Everybody's saying Bucks in 6, Bucks in 7, Bucks in 6. Where we going with this, chat? Bucks in 6. This is another pick'em series. Bucks in 6. I would like to say that the team that beats my Bulls will win the NBA championship because they definitely have a legitimate opportunity, so that I could use it as an excuse. Well, we lost to the champions. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all get me. Y'all feel me. We lost to the champions. I could have a legitimate reason for why we ain't win. You know what I'm saying? But Giannis got the answer to KD every time. The Bucks chemistry. Who's guarding Kyrie? This is so hard. I don't think y'all understand how tough this is. Holiday is going to guard Kyrie. That's who's guarding Kyrie. And Giannis is going to guard Kevin Durant. This is going to be right here. This series right here is the NBA Finals. Nets versus Bucks is the NBA Finals. But since I have to choose, since I 100% have to choose, Nets got so much talent with Kyrie, Kevin Durant, right? Kyrie, Kevin Durant. The Bucks are the defending champions. They have real potential to go back to back this year. I'm stuck. The Bucks had the better defense, and that might be what swings the pendulum. Giannis will cook Drummond and Clayton. Claxton, you mean? 2 weeks skinny for Giannis. As much as I love Kevin Durant, as much as I love Giannis Antetokounmpo, I just think the Bucks have the better team. And at the end of the day, that's what it's going to come down to. And I think Giannis reigns supremacy in this game. He's going to have the best season of his career, the best series of his career right here on this game. I think Giannis is going to average something nasty like 35-11, 35-12. Give me the Bucks in 7. I'm taking the Bucks in 7, man. I got to. This was hard as hell to pick. Like, this series here is extremely difficult to pick, but this is truly when I say a pick'em series, this is what I mean. Games like this is what I mean when I say, oh, this is a pick'em series. Because you can't go wrong with either side. So I feel sorry for the bettors. If you a gambling man out there, I consider myself a gambling man. But if you forced to place wagers on this series right here, it better not be the outcome. You better be placing wagers on parlays and same game parlays and shit. Don't place no wagers on the outcome. Cause damn. A Middleton gonna score a bunch of threes. Like, who's guarding Middleton? Like, it's tough. They got all that offense in Milwaukee. They got all that defense. I mean, they got all that offense in Brooklyn. They got all that defense in Milwaukee. This is the clash of the Titans. It's the clash of the Titans. So let's go back to the West. We got Suns versus Golden State. This will be a great one. Suns versus Golden State. My God. These playoffs is going to be sizzling. You know why? Because it's no longer Christmas in August. We don't know who's going to win. We can make a legitimate case that the last 12 champions have been favored before the season starts. Think about it. Outside of injury, we knew those Kevin Durant-led teams, those 3 straight years, were supposed to win. The Raptors pulled it out. Why? Because them boys got hurt. We all know that. In 2020, the Lakers were the favorites with Anthony Davis and LeBron James entering the playoffs. The Lakers were the favorites. What happened? They won. 19 was the Raptors, 18 Golden State, 17 Golden State, 16 was who? LeBron. Came back from the 3-1 lead. But we knew both of those teams were going to be in the finals. The Golden State Warriors might have been the favorites. They was 1 game away from winning it. 15, what happened? Cleveland. Kyrie, Kevin Love, LeBron James. Golden State won that one. They were the favorites. Steph Curry was the MVP. But those 2 teams were supposed to be there. 14, who won? San Antonio. We all knew who was going to be in the NBA Finals. Like, we knew Miami was going to at least win 2 or 3 of them chips. So it's like, that's just what it is. We don't know this year. We legitimately don't know. Suns versus Golden State. I think Jordan Poole, Klay Thompson, Steph Curry, Draymond Green, Kevon Looney, all of these, it might be too much for the Suns. But this series is going to 7. I got Golden State going back to the NBA Finals. Shout out to my man Steph Curry. Real talk. Shout out to my man Money Steph. I got Golden State going back to the NBA Finals, chat. I have to. It's like it's too much. It's too much not to put them boys there. It's just too much. Real talk. Like, what can you say? What can you do? You know what I mean? Like, what can you say? What can you do? I got Golden State going back to the NBA Finals. But the question is against who? The question is against who? Because we got two dogs on the other side. Miami versus the Bucks. Miami's the number 1 seed. Miami, the number 1 3-point shooting team in the league. But they're the number 2 team at stopping the three. So you're the best 3-point shooting team in the league. And you also the second best team at stopping what you do best. And it's crazy that that Miami is the number 1 3-point shooting team in the league, because who are they 3-point shooters? Like, it's crazy. Bucks repeating, Bucks sweeping Miami? Hell no. No, this game is this series at least going to 6. But you're right. You are definitely right. Even though I feel like Miami got everything they need, I'm going to take the Bucks because I think Giannis is going to be on one this year. I think Giannis is on one. Like, who could stop Giannis Antetokounmpo? It's just the legitimacy behind that. It's like, who could legitimately stop Giannis Antetokounmpo? And I know Miami, it's different for Joel Embiid. You know what I mean? Like, when you're saying Joel Embiid, he's predominantly a post player. So it's like, it's going to be harder for them to stop Giannis than it is for them to stop Joel Embiid. If you let Giannis, you can't let Giannis set up. We know he's trying to go to the bucket. But if you let Giannis, if you can let Joel Embiid set up and just run a trap, run a double, get the ball out of his hands immediately. He ain't going to stop Giannis because Giannis going to drag his ass out to that 3-point line. Not to say that Joel Embiid can't too, but it's tough. Joel Embiid or Giannis is better at going downhill than Joel Embiid. So that's the discrepancy. He's going to make you guard him. And he's been shooting that 3. He's shooting that 3 at like 31%, Giannis. That's bad still, but damn, it's better than he was shooting it before. NBA Finals. Golden State versus the Milwaukee Bucks. This gets harder and harder each round. This gets harder and harder each round. Golden State versus the Milwaukee Bucks. I need to know where y'all stand with this. Y'all know what both of these teams bring. We've been talking about it all day. I need to know where y'all stand. Every single one of y'all. Bucks in 6. I ain't going to lie. Golden State might squeak by. It's very possible. Because I have no clue. This isn't premature. This is live. I have not thought about this prior to. I just cut the stream on and went. This is nothing is premature. I don't have nothing written down stating who I got winning. This is live. This is a live reaction. Literally. Live reaction. I legitimately don't know. I don't have a pick. It's crazy. Golden State, I know one for Giannis. Golden State in 7. They got nobody to stop Giannis. This is hard. Picky, it's hard. Golden State versus the Milwaukee Bucks. God damn. What is this game going to come down to schematically? Schematically, Draymond Green is going to have to defend Giannis to the best of his abilities. This is a great help defensive team. They can help weak side, strong side. Kevon Looney is not going to be guarding him. It's going to definitely be Draymond Green is going to be the primary defender on Giannis. It better be. Giannis averaging 45. Drew Holiday can guard. Drew Holiday can't guard Steph. You know why? Because it's going to take team defense to guard Steph. He come down too many pin downs, too many screens to set for Steph. Off ball movement. It's going to come down to more than just Drew Holiday running around chasing Steph. They have to team defend Steph. And that's what I think is going to be the deciding factor in this game. Is Steph going to show up in this NBA Finals? Because we know Giannis is. Is Steph going to show up in this NBA Finals? How healthy is Klay? Is Klay going to show up in these NBA Finals? To me, it's too many if factors on the Golden State Warriors side. And I'm probably the biggest Steph fan y'all know. But you know what's for sure? Giannis is going to be there. All 7 foot, 260 pounds of them, 240, 50 pounds of them. They all going to be there, and he's going to show up. That's for damn sure. Giannis doesn't choke. I haven't seen it yet. So until he proves otherwise to me, it's very hard to bet against Giannis. I've seen Curry struggle on big stages. I've yet to see Giannis struggle on any stage. Yet. I'm taking the Milwaukee Bucks to be back-to-back NBA champions. And if Giannis Antetokounmpo is a back-to-back NBA champion with 2 MVPs, a Defensive Player of the Year, and if he gets it this year, that's a 2-time Defensive Player of the Year, 2 MVPs, 2 Finals MVPs, I'm putting him in the top 15, almost damn near top 10 all time. Because that resume sounds a lot like Hakeem Olajuwon, who I have in my top 10 all time. Real talk. That's just how it is, bro. Like, I can't think of no other way to put it, chat. The Milwaukee Bucks should be your 2022 NBA champions. What y'all think about that? Let me know down in the comments. Straight like that. The Milwaukee Bucks should be your 2022 NBA champions. Let me change this color to red. It's crazy to say, but that's just what it is. I'm going to change this color to red. Off the strength. This is what it is. What about Memphis? That would be the top 5 hardest path to the NBA champion. Donovan Mitchell, 0 points in 13 minutes. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I mean when I talk about Donovan Mitchell. Gabricio. Man. Milwaukee Bucks, NBA champions. This is how I got it. This is how I got it. Now, I'm going to shrink this down. So I can get a picture for my thumbnail. Or not for my thumbnail, but for my purposes. You know, they doubling Mitchell. Who cares? He 0 for 6. Gabricio. Who cares? He 0 for 6. But hope you guys enjoyed yourself. That's pretty much all I got for you guys. You know what I'm saying? Y'all already know what it is. Sports Behavior Podcast. I appreciate y'all tuning in. If you did not catch this episode, it will be up. Actually, I'm going to post it today. I'm not going to wait till tomorrow to post it. I'm going to post it right now. Soon as it uploads, it's gonna go live because the playoffs is cracking. They up and running right now, so we can't be waiting. But that's just what it is. The Nets can beat the Bucks. They can beat They can beat Golden State. Yeah, that's true. Dubs in the chat if you enjoyed yourself. Dubs in the chat if you enjoyed yourself. I appreciate every single one of y'all. Y'all know I'm gonna be spontaneous, so just be looking out for that notification. Y'all, I don't know. Like, look, have y'all ever seen me go live on a Saturday? No, you haven't. It's spontaneous. I'm gonna go live whenever the hell I feel like it. Y'all just be ready to tune in, man, and show this support, man. I appreciate every single one of y'all. I love all of y'all, man. OG out.